Hey, what's going on, guys? We're going to record a reaction video to Justin Waller. He's a guy that I really look up to. He's a multimillionaire entrepreneur, various serial business owner. And I think some of the advice that he's going to give us is going to be really valuable for some of you guys watching, and for me as well. You know, it's all about learning together and growing and taking whatever we can from whoever we can in terms of their knowledge, their wisdom. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
Can you go more into detail about your lifestyle in your 20s? What were your typical daily routines? How many hours a week did you work? Did you make any time at all for friends and a social life? And how did you make sure that your sexual/female needs were also met?
In my 20s, I was very good about managing the bookends of my day. You can only control the start of your day and the end, and you have everything planned in the middle. But there's also a lot of chaos that happens in the middle and moving things around.
Facts.
What I would do in the evenings, I would write my day out completely. Let's say I was in Baton Rouge and I had a project in Lafayette. I would write down 4 a.m., wake up, out the door. I would put an expectation of out the door by 4:15.
So he's clearly putting a lot of pressure on himself. Clearly, that's a necessary ingredient in getting shit done, basically, right? Let's see what else he says.
15 minutes from the second I woke up to have my ass in that truck seat on the way to Lafayette. It really helped me to write it down because it set this pressing need to hit the schedule that I'd written down. 15 minutes in the truck on the way to Lafayette across the Atchafalaya Basin. I'd already picked the gym the night before. I go to that gym, I work out, I'm on that job site.
Pre-planning. Interesting that he's saying that he was getting ready to go to the gym the night before, right? Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I had a really good understanding of what I'd be doing the next day. My workout clothes were laid out, my clothes were laid out. I used to pre-cook meals back then. Everything was just there ready, so it was like, boom, I had already in my mind made the rep of getting out of bed, grabbing my shit and getting in the truck. And so I'd have my day laid out all the way, boom, 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 boom. And a lot of time that chaos would happen and it would switch from getting this task done, it would switch around with a second task or something that came up, or there was a wrench thrown in the day and I had to drive to New Orleans to check on the other job because a guy didn't tile from the roof and he got in trouble or whatever would happen. Those bookends are where I did all my planning and execution. From there, I'd normally take an hour drive, drink my pre-workout, get to wherever I was going to work out, probably by a job site somewhere in Louisiana or in the South. I would execute.
Okay, I don't know if you guys caught on that. He said he would just take his pre-workout, drive to wherever he needs to go, and he would work out wherever, basically, right? So basically what he just said is he didn't have access to a gym, but he still managed to work out. Guys, that's dedication. No wonder he's so successful.
The workout. There's certain muscle groups for certain days. I'd go to the job. I'd handle any estimates I had it all planned. I'd get that stuff done. Anything I didn't get done, I'd push over to the next day, and then it would go in the evening block where I was doing all my planning. It gets shoved into the next day, and I'd finish said task that was left on the list. In regards to hanging out with people, I felt completely fulfilled in this stage of my life. As I do now, it's a different schedule. I was so focused on what I wanted to achieve and what I thought I could achieve by building this business that I didn't put a whole lot of time or thought into feeling in kind of lost or feeling like, oh, I didn't have a social life, so it wasn't a good situation. I never felt that way. A lot of people talk about discipline.
Interesting that he says that he didn't really feel that FOMO, I suppose, of people going out or partying. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
And the sacrifice. Yeah, I had a lot of discipline and I worked really hard, but I didn't feel like I was sacrificing or missing out.
So he enjoyed what he was doing.
I knew all those fucking motherfuckers that were getting drunk all weekend were gonna wish they were me. If I'm being 100% honest, I imagine they do right now. So I never had this feeling of loss. Like, oh, I need friends. Dude, if you think you're missing out by not going to like social hour, you're a pussy. You need to get your shit together, bro. You need to find...
Fact. If you think you're missing out by not going to that party, you're not aiming high enough. You're not busy enough. You need to get your shit right, like he said.
Something you can get excited about. It's probably even a better thing to say.
Lambo, baby. Lambo, let's go.
I felt like I had nothing but opportunity in front of me and I was trying to seize it. As far as women go, bro, if you're in shape, building a business, making a little money, and got any kind of swag, I'm sorry, dude, you're gonna trip over women. It's just a fact. So all this like worrying about going out and hustling up women,
Facts.
you hustle on you and the women are just gonna come in front of you, bro. So no,
basically he's just saying work on yourself. I don't know how many times it needs to be said. You guys, you need to work on yourself.
I never had droughts when I was in my 20s. And even when I was broke, I didn't have droughts because I was on a mission, man. If you're on a mission and you're in shape and you take care of yourself a little bit, man, she's gonna see that, bro. She's just gonna want to be with you because too many dudes are clowns, bro. Don't worry about going out. Don't worry about missing out with your friends. I spent a lot of time with YouTubers, a lot of time with people that understood business. I was studying, I was reading books, I was listening to books, going from.
As was I. Guys, Audible. Not that they're paying me on this video. They should be. If you are like me and you hate reading from books like paper, Audible is a great way to squeeze in tons of knowledge on your way to the gym, in your gym, on your way to the commute, to your work, wherever. Guys, don't make excuses.
Job site to job site, I would pick up women just in the grocery store. You know, like, look at this woman right here. Bet your ass, if I went in the grocery store, I could hit on this woman in line and get her number right fucking now. Do I need to go to the club for that, G? No. Plan your days out. Don't worry about chasing women. Women are gonna come to you. Work out, work on your business, work on your career. All that other shit's gonna fall into place. My 20s was a dream, man. I had a blast. It's a lot more fun to say, hey, I was on this job in fucking Florida. I met this girl at Publix, and I had a girlfriend every time I went to my job site in Florida. And that's how I run it, man. So I had girlfriends everywhere. Everywhere there was a steel building going up.
He talks about attracting women rather than chasing women. I think that's a very important point to note as well. Guys, when you're on your purpose, the right woman will see it. And if she doesn't, then she's not the right woman.
I had a fucking girlfriend. I don't know, cowboy. I don't know what your rodeo is, but I don't think you're missing out by not having a social life when you could be on your mission, just doing what the fuck you're supposed to do. You have women just coming to you unsolicited in most cases, or you ain't got to say much. That's how I did it. I really enjoyed it, man. It was a good time. It was a lot of adventure, a lot of risk. I was trying to make money. I was scared. I thought I was going to lose money. Sometimes I did. Sometimes I made a fuckload. So that's the game, man. That's what I did in my 20s. I love it. I wouldn't change it. Made me who I am now. It was really hard on me. I grew a lot from it. I'll tell you one thing I didn't have in my 20s, though, because I was in Louisiana. All we had was Louisiana 9s, which are mostly 6s to everybody else. I didn't have things like the real world, let's say. If you are in 2023 right now, you can be in the real world working all day, where I had to be in Louisiana, crossing the fucking Atchafalaya Basin, and there was no women. But here in Miami, it's crawling with fucking women. If I had it to do again, if the real world is...
Guys, I'll just quickly summarize some of the points he said. He said something like he would put time pressure on himself in order for him to like really get shit done. He would pre-plan his next day in the evening before, like pre-cooking his meal, and laying down his gym clothes or whatever. And then he said he'd work out anywhere. So that mentality of just getting it done is something that was also part of his journey. And lastly, he said he enjoyed what he was doing. It didn't feel like a sacrifice to him. And I think that's a really hidden gem people don't realize. Like, if you enjoy, and everyone should be enjoying finding their purpose. Unfortunately, most people don't know what their purpose is. But if you do, and if you can be fearless and chase your purpose, right? I guarantee you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy life a lot more. But anyways, that was a quick reaction video to Jay Waller. We'll do more of these. Definitely sooner than later. Anyways, peace.